Hello everybody. We're going to be doing Super Monkey Ball Adventure Story Mode in 8%. The donation war selected Mimi, so we'll be using her for this run. I'm just going to go ahead and overwrite this file, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is not like the other Monkey Ball games in that it has a full-fledged story mode where you go through a bunch of overworlds and complete missions to advance the game. So, starting out, basically there are 4 kingdoms. We can skip these cutscenes, by the way. We're in Jungle Island right now, and in each kingdom we need to get to 60 joy points. So, to do that, we have to help other monkeys and also defeat these enemies called naysayers. We'll see them a bit later. So this is our first mission to help a guy. His daughter hides in his hat when she's scared, but she hid in some other guy's hat, so we have to knock over these guys to find his daughter. And to be convenient, she hides in the last one you hit, no matter what, so we have to knock all of them down as quickly as possible. This is a bit of a tricky mission, because if you run into them too quickly, the monkeys will instead be flattened, which does not reveal what is under their hat. So if we go too fast, it loses a lot of time. We're good though. So our second mission here, we're going to help this beekeeper who sucks at beekeeping, because we need to find all his bees for him by jumping on their hives and destroying them. And then we just bring him back to him. At the end of this mission, there's a bit of a tricky jump. I'm hoping I'll get it and not fall. Just a couple more bounces here. And we jump over, and that should be good. Yeah, we're good. So, I'm going to go ahead. We have a couple more missions in this section, but actually right after that we're going to come to the first major skip of the game, which is a very stupid skip, but it saves several minutes, so it's definitely worth it to go for it. Basically, we're going to be running at a group of rocks, and we're going to try to collide with one of them in such a way that we bounce over all of them and can skip to the end of Jungle Island. And what that will save is, in story mode, there are areas where you have to play through regular Monkey Ball stages, and that's really slow, so we don't want to do that. So that skip actually skips 6 Monkey Ball stages, as well as a few loading zones, which loading in this game takes forever, by the way, especially with characters that aren't Baby. For some reason, Baby loads faster, so let's see if we can get this trick. It's really difficult. Ah, not first try. Hopefully I'll get it pretty quickly. Ah, that was close. Let's keep going. Oh, there we go. Third try's not bad at all. I will gladly take that. So now we're at the end of Jungle Island, and we're going to get our first chant. Chanting is a very major part of this game. Basically, throughout the game, we're going to talk to this monkey. You'll see him in just a second. And he's going to teach us chants that will allow us to do different things. Our first one, for example, is the boxing ball chant, which will let us grow a boxing glove and punch things. Also, we're going to talk to her real quick, because she had a thing to say, and we don't want her to say it. So this is the guy who's going to teach us a chant real quick. By the way, you can skip all the text in this game, it's very nice. Then we're going to chant like that, and now we can punch these rocks to break them. We actually just go over there first, because we need to use that chant once while we're on the other island over here. Which this lady wants us to bring her husband his lunch, because he forgot it or something. I think he got stolen or something, I don't know. So we just kind of fly over. This is basically Target Flight from the first game, except in Monkey Ball Adventure and used in story mode. So now we're going to do a little skip that skips going around this entire island and 3 more Monkey Ball stages, because they left this convenient cannon here that you can jump to right from the start. So we just kind of aim it over here, and then we're pretty much home free right to the end of the island. It's really nice. So we're going to climb up the... Oop, not climb up this flower because it's really steep apparently. Okay, this is Sissy. He's a photographer, but he sucks at being a photographer, because every time he tries to take a picture, you only have 30 seconds to get to the spot where he wants to take a picture of you. So we need to bounce up to the top of this lighthouse in 30 seconds. We're going to skip a bunch of flowers, because flowers are slow. And there we go. And now we're going to try to fall down right next to the first naysayer of the run without dying. Dying is slow. Uh-oh. Hey, I didn't die. That's nice. Okay, so this kind of naysayer, you basically just wait for them to reveal the target on their stomach and then you punch them to death. And after this guy dies, we're going to be going for a bit of a death warp, because for some reason the area where you can fall out and land, or respawn, right next to the next mission is really big. So we're just going to walk off the edge here and we're going to teleport right to the next mission. It's really nice. Oh look, a mission, how convenient. This guy, he's studying birds, and we need to hatch some eggs prematurely and then take them to a nest. Luckily they're all fully developed, so we don't need to worry about that. And then we're just gonna fly backwards back to the area we should have gone to before this one, but we skipped it. So that saves. So you're doing this level casually, just in Jungle Island 1. You're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loading zones. Instead, we're just gonna have 3. That saves like a minute on its own, not including all the stuff you skip. We're gonna land right here. That was weird. That mission just ends whenever you land. For some reason, it didn't trigger immediately that time. If you go into that loading zone prematurely, you can skip the ending mission text, but it can also crash the game, so it's not really worth going for. Alright, so this area, we're going to try to bounce backwards really quick on this flower. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but it'll work. We're just going to bounce up here, and we're going to go to our next camera mission. This guy's everywhere. Like, pretty much everywhere, actually. There are only a few rooms he's not in. Okay, that's not good. We didn't die, though, so that's nice. Okay, so we're coming up to a pretty frustrating part of the run, which is waking up some soldier guard thing monkeys by shooting ourselves into giant gongs they're standing next to. The problem is the physics on the gongs are terrible, because sometimes they'll just kind of bounce you off and you'll die. So what we try to do is, if you bounce before you hit the gongs, you will not get any recoil, like 100% of the time. So we try to bounce on all of them beforehand. It really matters most on the last shot, because the last shot is the easiest one for you to die, and it's also, unfortunately, the hardest one to aim precisely, at least for me. So, alright, we're good. And then we're just going to kind of launch ourselves back over here to our next mission, which the next mission is waiting for an entire minute, so if there are any announcements, you can do them right now. Yeah, it was a really clean drawing mission. So, next, after this mission, we're going to be heading into the King's Palace. Now, usually this area is not much of an issue, but if you do the rock jump, you're not going to be exiting the King's Palace at all. And for some reason, because of that, you usually trigger a cutscene the first time you go in, then you'll come back later to do the mission we're going to do. And for some reason, if you do both of them in the same trip to the palace, the game will softlock. However, I have no idea how, but jcool114 found a way to avoid this softlock. It's really weird, and I have no idea why he thought of this. But you're gonna see it in just a second. So we're gonna start by triggering the cutscene, and then we have to recognize which of the monkeys in disguise are the Prince of Munkatropolis and the Princess of Congrilla. There's a plot in this game, by the way. I didn't explain it yet. I might eventually, I don't know. They're always the same, so I don't really need to worry about guessing or anything. Can you talk to me? Thank you. So we're going to, it's the second ones from the side. We're going to skip that guy. Then we're going to go over here, we're going to charge up a little bit so we flatten this guy, and we're going to run over here as fast as we can, because for some reason if you're over here when the mission ends, the game will not softlock. I have no idea how J. Cole found that. And it's convenient because we need to go over here anyway, to unlock the first warp chance to Zootopia and Munkatropolis. So, Zootopia is definitely the hardest level in this category. We're going to do 2 trips to it, so you're not going to see anything too difficult till we get back. But for now, we're going to start with this mission. It's basically just like the first mission of the run, where we knocked the top hats off of the dudes, except this is basically an amusement park that was taken over by this guy named Fat Cat, and everything he does is screwing everything up. So like these workers, they can't get their masks off unless we run into them at a certain speed. So we gotta do that. This one's a bit awkward, hopefully I won't miss it. Alright, we're good. Then we're gonna jump down here to go to bad camera to go to the roller coaster area. This area is pretty tricky. We have a cycle to make in that the roller coaster itself is going to start at the front of the track when we get in. We're gonna try to complete a mission by the time it gets back to the start. So right at the start here, we're going to talk to the chant dude and learn a chant. You don't actually get a chant until you perform it though. So this lady, she's a teacher, and her kids got balloons from Fat Cat, and the balloons are now stuck in midair, suspended, so they're kind of stuck. So we're just going to save them. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's one more over here. Don't worry, they're going to land back on the land. It's not like they're just going to die or anything. We don't just pop the balloons, luckily. Alright, so that was really fast, so we should be good here with plenty of time to spare. I'm actually going to go ahead and activate that chant because I know I have time. So now we are saving the monkeys on the roller coaster by following the roller coaster really closely, and then you'll just see how we save them. That's the best way to explain it. He's saved! Yay! Well, that's a big time loss. That doesn't happen in forever. So I just kind of have to wait for the roller coaster to come back now, because it's really slow now. So, if you have any announcements, now would be another good time, because I just lost like a minute. Doesn't look like there are any announcements right now. I'm just gonna kind of watch the roller coaster. It's almost back. Here's hoping I don't do whatever I did wrong again. I really have no idea why I fell off. Maybe I was like losing a bit too much speed. I don't really know. The roller coaster's weird. Let's just wait a bit safer this time, I guess. Knock this one off. And let's not fall off. Basically, you just have to trail behind them for a few seconds, and every time you stay behind one for a decent amount of time, the monkey will fly off to his death, which is what we wanted. Alright, just one more car here. And we're done. I'm going to jump off here because I'm going to be warping up right to the next mission, which is running around the roller coaster tracks again, except this time I'm going to be following a weird ball thing, robotic ball, because this guy doesn't believe we're part of the Super Monkey Ball team. We have to prove it by racing his robotic ball that he for some reason has around the roller coaster. I have no idea who thought of this mission, but it's very strange. Now the thing is, you're supposed to be racing it, but it actually just means following along very closely. However, there's one spot, actually there are multiple spots, but there's one spot I'm comfortable with where you can get around the ball, and that just saves some time, you don't have to wait for it. Right about here. Very nice, we got around it. That saves a few seconds. Not too much, but enough to be worth it when you get it. Because it's not really risky or anything. The only thing that can really kill you when you go for it is if you lose some speed and the robotic ball catches up to you and then knocks you off, which that just sucks. Oh, that was weird. So we have a camera mission here. It's a really inconvenient camera mission. Basically, he wants us to go to a spot out over the water, and the fastest way to get there is to launch ourselves from this cannon and fly to it. very carefully. Alright, very nice. And sometimes you die here, sometimes you don't. This time we died. But now we're done with Zootopia for now. We're going to go to Moonhaven, which is the third kingdom of the game. We're going to start by helping out this guy. Sorry, what? Alright. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of fallouts. That just happens in this run. So basically, this mission we have to hit these buttons. They're all in sets of 3 that you have. It's either 15 or 30 seconds. I don't remember which. Probably 15. Within a time limit like that. That's the first set. Second one, we're gonna fall down here and hit this. We're gonna go down this path backwards. Not exactly how you're intended to do it, but it's faster. So, yeah. We're gonna just kind of run over some gaps here because you can. Hit that one. Oh, that was a nice momentum thingy. Bounce, that's what it's called, a nice bounce. And then we're gonna climb out of the gear. And you can actually turn this gear. I did not realize that as a kid when I first played this game. So I got very confused for a long time. Oh, this guy up here is a mission. We don't need to do it though, it's very slow. So, now we're gonna be going to our first required set of actual Monkey Ball stages. Which, these are actually some of the early stages of Advanced, so we skipped all of Beginner. So, first one here is Bowl. Bowls, plural. There are multiple bowls here.
Ready, go!
Basically, this one's the easiest of this set. We just kind of go around and bounce, and there we go.
Goal!
Nice spider. Alright, so Freewheeler here is the next stage. It has a skip at the beginning by just holding back right and then adjusting. Wow, I have not missed that in a very long time. That's disappointing.
Ready, go!
Funny thing is, it's actually easier the second time for some reason. The cycle's slightly different, so you have more leniency to get it. So yeah, this mission, or not mission, this stage is basically just, hey, can you control the game while you're on one of these really awkward spinning platforms and the camera hates you? Because that's what this entire thing is. There are a few stages like this in the game. This is the only one we do in this category. And there we go. Okay, and then skid slow in here. You'll mix a little. Basically, this game has a lot of things in the stages that are controlled by your inputs. These little pusher thingies are controlled by what direction you're holding on the control stick. So if we just hold up like this, we're not going to have any issues on this side. We just need to carefully gauge how we're moving the control stick here so we don't get pushed off. And also, a fun thing that can happen on this stage, sometimes you'll go right through the gold tape and it won't count. Luckily that didn't happen. So we did those missions to open up this door here. This is going to open the door to Foreman Rufus. He is the guy who will have the final mission of Moonhaven whenever we have 60 joy points here. But we actually need to talk to him there to get that chant dude to spawn, because we're going to need that chant for later. We're not going to use it right now, except to activate it. It's a scalar ball, which lets you go bigger. And go around that guy like that. He can be a bit rude, but we got around him just fine. Hey, Laurie. Okay, so now we're going to the air automaton. I have no idea how they want you to pronounce it. I'm just going to say automaton, because that's how I always said it. Really scary mission here. If we don't get to the spot in time, we basically have to, like, reload the file, because it wastes a ton of time, because you're not going to be able to spawn back where Sissy is. If you die over here, you're just going to respawn over here. Which is really frustrating. So now we're going to try to fall off and not die. Wonderful. Camera there can be a bit rude. So this guy, he wants us to realign the pipes, but instead we're just going to fall out because I'm bad. So we'll do that mission later. So instead we're going to do this mission where you have to save the kids who managed to get themselves stuck inside of the pipes. I legitimately have no idea how they did this. This is like the most impressive thing that any child has ever done. So once we're up here, we just kind of have to bounce on these weird trampolines to force air out of the pipes to push the kids up. You can see them in the back there. They're also all identical. It's like quadruplets who wear the same outfit every day, because that's how kids work. We need to bounce on all of them 4 times, except for the one on the far left, which for some reason only takes 3 hits. I also hit the third one there a bit too early, so I lost a little bit of time having to wait for it to come back up before I could bounce on it again. Okay, so now we're going to try this mission and try not dying, because that's faster than dying. Basically, we just need to go around these really weird platforms. I don't know when the last time I died on that part was. Usually this part that gets you if you die on this. And then we just need to hit this button to end the mission. And we quickly come right here because that pipe for some reason has a really big hitbox. Like way bigger than it is. So the chant we learned at the roller coaster is Sticky Ball. You'll be seeing it a lot throughout this run. It's used a lot. I didn't quite make that cycle. You basically become sticky, and you move a lot slower, and you can hold things on the ball and stick them to stuff. That's the entire chant. It's used a lot though, because there are also sections where it will allow you to climb around things. The most notable use of that in this category is the Fat Cat building, which we'll be getting to in sometime, I don't know. Roughly 10-20 minutes. Hopefully less than that. Now we're going to the Fire Automaton, which is a very difficult part of the run. Hopefully everything goes well. First we're going to learn Wood Ball though. It's a chant that lets you float and also catch on fire, because that's safe. Teach kids, you know, go walk around in a ball made of wood and set things on fire. That's smart. So you're supposed to fly down to the start of this area. Instead I'm just going to fly to the top and then drop down to our first mission. Which this guy, he's missing his toolbox. And note that whenever you're trying to get something for someone in this game, by like toolbox or lunch, it means balloon. Yeah, they just kind of put everything in balloons in this world. I'm going to take a quick detour right here to kill this guy, because he'll be in the way in a later mission. You can make that cycle, but it's pretty risky, so I'm not going to risk it for marathon safety. It really doesn't even save time either, because you have to wait for a cycle later. Quick thing to note here, there are 2 naysayers in this area, and for some reason killing them does not give you any joy points. So we are actually going to do our best to avoid the other one. And by avoid I mean go around, not really avoid. But here, have your toolbox. So this guy here, the Fire Automaton eats fire to be satisfied, and it doesn't have any fire right now, so it's mad. I have no idea what the consequences of that are. The game never explains it. But this is the other naysayer. We're not going to kill it. We're just going to hit it once, and while it's stunned, we're going to run around it, which is very convenient. So basically we're carrying fire up to the top of the area so we can get to the worst mission in this area. So I'm just going to go ahead and explain that. We're just going to go on the path here as intended. There's nothing really we can do to skip it, because if you do anything interesting, you won't have time to keep your fire, or you'll just lose Wood Ball. So the mission at the top, we have to get fire up around a weird bowl thing, up to the Fire Automaton itself. And honestly, I don't even know if the way we do it is the intended way or not. Like, it's just weird, and it's barely doable. So hopefully the game is nice and I get it without losing a ton of time. If we do, oh well, it's fine. I'll just make up for it later. Okay, so this is our last torch on the way up. You refresh Wood Ball by hitting torches. Not Wood Ball, you refresh the fire. If you go too long without touching a fire, you'll lose your fire. So this is the mission. We have to go through this bowl around the side here, because if you go in the water, you'll lose your fire. That's unfortunate. We're losing our fire. I just lost a cycle. Like that, that's how you do it. That's actually a bit of escape. You're supposed to go like all around this area to get over here. But after this is where it gets weird. We're gonna light that torch that's going around there, going around the entire circle. And then we're going to do a jump over to where this mission ends. But that's where it gets weird, because this platform is like barely close enough that you can catch on fire from it. As in, like, you have to be right on the edge. So that actually might be good. Very nice. That's really actually very stupid. Like, sometimes you'll be right on the edge and you just won't catch on fire and you'll lose a cycle or two. It's really dumb. So now we're just going to jump down to our last mission for this area, which is this message boy. Just so you know, this message guy, he has messages for people you've already helped. And in every case except for one, the monkey you're bringing the message to will have moved to a less convenient location. This one is the guy we just helped feeding the fire automaton. He was moved up to where the mission ends, but because of the way balloons work in this game, we don't need to actually get up to him. Basically, you have to get the top of the balloon close enough to the guy that he'll take it. So if you just wait here, he'll take it. So now we're going to warp back to Zootopia. Now, we're going to do one mission in the entrance area of Zootopia. We're going to avoid a really stupid mission that can lose a lot of time, because also it requires getting a chant that we are never going to get for this category, because it's not worth it. It's literally used for 2 missions in the entire game. But first, we're going to play the little ring the bell, test your strength thingy. I hope you know what I'm talking about, or seeing it will make you know what I'm talking about. This is Pow. He is using one of these things, but he didn't realize he made the back of it sticky. So this is what climbing around on with sticky balls is what I meant by that. Then we're going to use Scalar Ball to get bigger and land on the button. This is why we didn't do this earlier. And then we're going to go to a little maze area in this level, which is very long in 100%. But for this category, we're just going to do 2 missions and then make our way to the worst part of the category. The reason that I prefer 100% to this category by a long shot, the Fat Cat building. It might actually be worth it to go ahead and start explaining that. Basically, at 60 joy points, an NPC partway up the Fat Cat building will be like, hey, I found a key to a gate so that you can get up to the top of this building and fight Fat Cat. But you can skip that. So we still need 60 joy points in this level, but we can get the Fat Cat mission, which is worth 20 joy points, without having to get 60 beforehand. And since Fat Cat is required anyway to beat the game, because you have to get the true ending of all 4 kingdoms, we do that. The problem is, with our given abilities, with currently known strats, the only way to get up to the top of the Fat Cat building without having 60 joy points is using a naysayer. We're going to be trying to manipulate a naysayer to punch us up the building. That is right in front of the door, and I do not trust it. You can get stuck in here if one of them is stuck in front of the door. Okay, this is really bad luck. Okay, so we're gonna run around this naysayer whenever he attacks. Hey, Evan. Or we'll just kind of go early and he'll punch us through. How nice. But, yeah, so basically we need to be punched up really high. It's pretty much random. We don't have a consistent setup for this trick. I'm just really hoping we don't lose a ton of time. Also, if at any point I fall down the building, we have to do the skip again. So I'm gonna play it extremely safe to avoid that at all costs. So I'm actually gonna focus for this whenever I get to it. Oh, hello sir, please let me kill you. Okay, thanks. Alright, here we go. Oh, that was really close. That was really close. Alright, let's hopefully get it within a few tries. Nope. This guy is just stupid. By far my least favorite enemy in the game. If he was just a bit further away, this wouldn't be possible. I don't have to worry about it. Kipo. That was weird. I didn't realize I was at that angle. Alright, come on. Be nice to me, dude. Oh, that was not even close. I was way too close to him. You did just hear Kipo. Ooh, baby, that was pretty fast. So now we're gonna use Sticky Ball to climb up the rest of this building. Now, the other fun thing about this, and I don't know why, but I'm the only person who has ever had this problem, is that sometimes, whenever you complete the last mission here, the game will crash. This game crashes a lot, by the way. This is the only spot that I'm really worried about it crashing now. Which is why I made 4 backup save files, 1 for each monkey. That is just after I complete the mission here, because if the game does crash, we won't really miss any gameplay if I don't do it again. We will miss falling down the building. And that's it. So that's just for marathon safety, I have that ready. So we have 4 monkey ball stages here. For some reason you have to do all 4 instead of just 3 of them. I have no idea why. Yeah, I've lost many world record pace runs to the game crashing right after this mission. It's really stupid. We're going to use Sticky Ball here. You actually can go around this without Sticky Ball, but I said I'm playing it safe, so I'm going to play it safe. Cough, cough, I definitely didn't lose a PV pace run like a day ago to not playing it safe and falling. I'll say that was a skip. I'm pretty sure they knew you could do that because it's pretty obvious. So we have 2 more stages here, ZZ Stop and Bread Basket. This is definitely intended skip because they put banana bunches right in the jump that we do.
Ready, go!
So we're just going to jump down, and there's the goal. Also, quick note about the monkey ball stages. You've probably noticed it by now. The party balls are not solid. You can go straight through them and get the goal, unlike other monkey ball games. Which I'm very grateful for, because it makes going fast a lot easier. Alright, Bread Basket here. This is, I think, the last stage of Advanced. Either that or second to last.
Ready, go!
So, this is a really annoying stage. Yeah, we didn't quite get it fast. Oh boy. That almost worked somehow. Basically need to go up on the side here and go around. There is a really fast way to do this stage, but it's really only worth it for challenge mode runs, which are just the monkey ball stages. Yeah, Party Ball is not Satan in this game, thank goodness. Alright, scariest part of this entire room up here. You can fall off while trying to ride this thing back, and I really don't want to fall off. I almost fell off. Oh my god, that was scary. So now it's gonna wait for this elevator to come down. Alright, we should be home free for this room. This was the thing I was extremely most worried about for this run, so I'm very glad it went well. It only took, like, less than 10 tries for the skip, and I didn't fall down, so the run is a-okay. If the game doesn't crash. We're just gonna talk to Fat Cat real quick, and then we're gonna start the mission here. The game always lags a ton right here. I have no idea why. That's not the stream, that's the game. So this mission is really weird. I don't know who thought of this mission, but it really doesn't make any sense. We have to knock all these things to the opposite positions of where they are, and then do a puzzle in the middle of the room. It really does not make any sense whatsoever. So we just knock all of them to the opposite positions. And we're gonna do one more down, and then we're gonna go up to that one. Gotta get some speed so we can roll up this ramp though. And we're gonna stop right here. And 2 more right here. And then the puzzle in the middle. Basically we have to hit the 4 things on the side here that are in the diagonal spots. And then we have to hit the one in the middle, and we'll solve. Oh, we hit the one in the middle early. We're doomed. No, it's fine. Okay, and I try to stop over here because I find the game crashes more from towards the center. I don't know why. And marathon luck for the win. So I'm going to switch to a backup file that already has the Fat Cat building done. Um, that's how this game crashes when it does. And this game has unskippable logos, of course, when you load into the game. Basically, all you're gonna miss from switching to this file is me falling down to kill the Naysayer. This file already has 58 joy points, so we'll get up to 60 easily. It already has everything we did in Moonhaven, so we are fine. After these logos take literally forever. I'm really glad I took the time to make a backup file for each monkey now, because I have a Mimi backup file to use. I was actually up while watching the Shantae run, making one for Gon Gon. I hope this is the Mimi file, I think it is. So yeah, it would take like 6 minutes to redo the Fat Cat building if I got the skip decently quickly, so it's not really something I'd want to do in a marathon. Alright, we're Mimi. We're good. So we're just gonna come over here and murder that stupid Naysayer who made that skip possible. Also, I should mention, there are bananas everywhere. What they're used for, as in terms of joy points, is that some missions are from this guy named Mac who wants you to give bananas to charity. And for any percent, we're gonna need 150 bananas. It is literally free to get 150 bananas. I've never even worried about bananas, and I've always had way more than enough. So, don't even worry about it. Like, I know this file already has 193, but that's also from just playing through the game in a speedrun route without focusing on bananas whatsoever. Like, that's how worry-free it is. Alright, we're gonna finish up Moonhaven now, and that's gonna give us our passage to Munkatropolis, the last kingdom of the game. So, to start out, we're gonna go and do our first litter mission. Litter missions are fun. You pick up litter. That's really all there is about them. So, the banana peels in this case. Hey, how about you, thank you. Use Sticky Ball for them, which is annoying because Sticky Ball makes you go ridiculously slow. I don't know how someone got litter up here, but, you know, I'm proud of them for doing their best to ruin the city. I guess I can go ahead and go into the actual story of this game. So, there are two kingdoms, Munkatropolis and Congrilla. We'll go to them in just a bit. And it's Romeo and Juliet. I'm pretty sure that's enough of a description that you can know what I'm talking about. Also, getting up that ramp with the sticky ball is very, very awkward. You have to have a ton of speed. We're just going to load into this area. The Mac here is the only one we're going to use, paying 150 bananas to charity. Good job, man. You're saving monkeys. Then we're going to load back into the first area because we have 60 joy points now. We need to finish off Moonhaven by helping Rufus, who, the plot of Moonhaven is that the big monkeys are running everything and they're like, oh, smaller monkeys can't do anything. And we're going to prove to them right now that smaller monkeys can do everything that bigger monkeys do. Big uns and little uns are what they call them, by the way. So, what exactly are the big uns' jobs that we're replacing with little monkeys? Easy. Hitting accordions over and over again. I'm not joking. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but they're just going to jump on some accordions. So a fun thing about these little uns, they mess with your controls while they're on you. I actually got up that ramp really quickly. That ramp is very frustrating to go up while you're holding a little un. We're going to fall down here to get to our next one. I get these ones out of the way early because they're really easy to die on. And I don't like dying late in missions because that loses more time. Alright, and they all spawn up here, so we don't need to worry about like, oh, where's the next one gonna spawn? Alright, so we're gonna fall down here and then back down here. A lot of them are in similar positions to the dynamos from earlier. The dynamos are the switches, like, I don't know, he mentions dynamos or something, so I just call them the dynamos. I don't actually know what a dynamo is. I just know it's from this mission. Or that mission. So we're gonna go get one that's next to the start of the level. One of these lovely accordions that the monkey's gonna jump on. If I don't fall, thank you. You might have seen there, I let go of the control stick because I knew he was going to do something, and then I started drifting right, completely not of my accord. That's what I mean by these guys suck. We're going to jump right down here. We're going to replace Rufus's one. Yeah, take that, Rufus. You just got replaced. I'm going to wait here so I don't die. You can try to go for an earlier cycle, but it's kind of risky. I don't want to be risking a marathon run where the game crashed and I lost a minute on the roller coaster, so doesn't feel worth it to me. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to lose another minute to something stupid like that. Alright, last one right over here. And we are done with Moonhaven. We're just going to get our chant now. We're going to go to Munkatropolis. I really hope you like loud noises that are not going to go away forever. Because the Munkatropolis and Congrillans are both going into each other's kingdoms in disguise as they're wearing masks to protect them. The Congrillans are in Munkatropolis wearing masks because the Munkatropolis people are making noise to scare them away. But the Munkatropolis people think they're monsters. And of course they have no idea why they're fighting, and we're gonna have to resolve that conflict. So this guy right here is gonna have our first mission. Some of the monsters have plugged? Yes. I combined the word plugged and clogged. Fun fact. That's what I did there. Not intentionally. So we're just gonna use sticky ball to unclog them. Unclog them, I guess I should say at this point. This one right there. There's one hiding over here in the corner. This one's really annoying because it'll just kind of keep pushing you away. Like, these things push you when you're in front of them when they go off. And you really don't want to be hit by it because it slows you down. But, it's annoying. And then we're just going to take these over to this weird vacuum thing he's standing next to. And we'll be done with the mission. Next we have our second to last camera mission. It's a really easy one, actually. We just need to climb up this railing. And then go back over the middle here. And then somehow he's going to take a picture in midair. He's pretty impressive like that. Alrighty. And now we're going to get possibly the dumbest chant in the game. This is Tetherball. It's used exclusively for two very stupid missions. So basically, we're trying to get some monsters in jail right now. So we're going to hit this guy. We're going to activate Tetherball. We're going to be dragging around his body. He's alive, don't worry, just maybe not after this. We need to build up some speed, because you go ridiculously slow when you have Tetherball on. Unfortunately, this mission is required, because you have to work your way up through the ranks of the Munkatropolis Police Department to get to Congrilla. Don't question it. We're going to become Chief of Police, though, so I hope you like being Chief of Police. I'm proud of you, Laurie. So this is our second monster here. We just need to drag them to the center of this room and they'll go into their cells willingly. It's very polite of them. We don't want to bump them though, because that'll waste a lot of time because they'll stand there being like, "Did you just bump me?" for like 10 seconds. That's probably an exaggeration. I actually have no idea. It feels like forever though. Yep, that foghorn is not going away. I've come to accept it. Also, the random cymbal crashes are not going to go away. We're actually going to go to the noise factory in the next area, so I hope you like it up close and louder. And hopefully this guy doesn't escape good. They'll try to escape into the sewers to teleport to another area. Hopefully we'll get bumped up by a car here. No, we're just going to go up ourselves. Okay, that's cool too. So, a big annoying thing on Munkatropolis, actually real quick, there's a skip to explain. So it usually requires 5 levels here to get to the next area, which your choice is made up which level you skip because it's the longest level in the game. But J. Cool found this interesting little thing. Did you know that streetlights are bouncy? Because they are. We're going to bounce up here. We're going to roll off of this, bounce right here, bounce up here, and we're going to very carefully maneuver so we get bounced off of this and land up here to just skip into the loading zone in the next area. I'm so glad that went well. It feels awful when you miss it, and I'm really good at missing it. I have no idea why they made streetlights bouncy, but I'm really glad they did. Because fun fact, those levels that we skip, they can also crash the game for literally no reason. Yeah, there's no collision back there because it's behind the loading zone. That's what that is. So we just got a really nice chant, Speedy Ball. Makes you go fast. Not exactly sure how often this is actually useful, but it's really useful in this area. Where we get to do our second litter mission. Why did I turn on that? Hello, I need Speedy Ball on. I am not... What am I doing? Jeez. So now we get to go all the way around this highway where you're supposed to go fast as Sticky Ball. So, if you have time for, or we have time for some announcements if you have any. This is very slow. The only real way we have to speed this up is to hope we get bumped by a car and they push us forward, because we go slower than traffic right now. Oh, almost forgot that one. Alright, now that I'm in this lane, one comes over there. We just try to stay in the lanes as much as possible, except when we're grabbing trash. Oh, we're getting boosted. Yay, save me. Alright, that was a really nice... No! That was a really nice boost, though. Too bad I got knocked away by the other thing. No, get off of my litter. I'm trying to protect the city and you're just driving over my litter. Wow. What a meanie. We're just gonna go deposit this. Thank God we're done with that. Because now it's time for another really boring mission. So, it's the only mission I believe that requires Speedy Ball. But, unfortunately, the best thing they could come up with for it is, we're stopping some hooligans who are speeding by making them realize, oh my god, I'm inferior. Because we need to beat them in 3 laps around the highway. So, I'm literally just running around the highway right now for like a minute or two probably. I don't know how long this is. It feels like forever. I can go ahead and explain 2 skips that are coming up to end this section though. We're about to go into the actual noise factory itself, and there are 2 missions in there. The first being climbing around in a convoluted maze of pipes with Sticky Ball. But the game will only check to make sure that we hit the last one and turn the last pipe properly and get to a certain point. So, very conveniently, and thank goodness for this, there's a way to skip right to the last pipe by dropping out of Sticky Ball at a certain point and going to the end. And then the other mission in the factory also has a skip. It is a message delivery to the guy who we just helped in the factory, who for whatever reason has decided to climb to the top of the factory where we need to deliver him a message. But thank goodness we can skip up to the top of the factory very quickly. That's about the halfway point of the usual maze, so it takes a while to do the normal way. Alright, we're done with 3 laps, we're going to the factory now. Message guy is right there. We'll do him in just a second after we do this mission. Alright, this guy's gonna be yelling because he's trying to sound louder than the noise. You can tell because he's talking in all caps. So for this skip, we're gonna go up. I'm gonna stop with the camera in such a way I can see where my shadow is, so I land right on this thing. Then we're gonna get Sticky Ball again. And we're gonna climb, and we can launch ourselves off of this just hard enough that we land on this thing. This is the last thing you're supposed to turn. And then we just need to climb off onto this pipe, and the mission is complete. Thank goodness. Also, we're Chief of Police now. Don't question it. That is the mission, that is the final step of becoming Chief of Police. The missions that are required for that are the unclogging the things at the beginning, putting the monsters in prison, stopping the highway speeder dude, and that one. So this skip, This noise factory is also powered by giant accordions. So we're going to abuse one of them. We're going to wait for it to go down. We're going to fall off onto it. We're going to redo Sticky Doll. And while it's going up, we're going to run off the edge and use the momentum from it to fall off and have to restart the mission. Because that's fast, trust me. Well, I haven't missed that in a long time. That's stupid. It's okay, it doesn't take too long. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely fine on time for now, so that's good. Also, something quickly to note for Muckatropolis. For any percent, we have to do almost every mission level because you need 60 joy points to unlock the ending of Muckatropolis, which is required, like, to finish the game. Okay, let's try this again, but better. Thank you. So now we're on the pipe that leads right to the top of the factory, very conveniently. First try, everything, don't worry, it's fine. But after you complete the ending of Muckatropolis, 2 more missions open up that involve fixing issues in Muckatropolis that came from the monster sphere. And those missions are both worth 15 points each, which means there are only 70 joy points available from the start of the Muckatropolis to get before the 80% portion's done. So what we're going to skip is one mission that involves watering some trees, some banana trees. Also, this area is pretty pointless. We just need to get a pass that proves we're chief of police to go to Congrilla, which requires a mission for some reason. So yeah. So we're gonna have some really annoying missions in this upcoming area. The first of which is, so Congrilla, to give itself superiority over Muckatropolis or something, has tied down the sun. To take a moment to absorb that, they tied down the sun. So the sun is just kind of strapped to the top of Congrilla. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe. It's not hot or anything. And it actually has required all of Congrilla to move underground. So Muckatropolis can't plant stuff now, so we're launching some robot monkeys to go and steal some bananas. We need to hit them onto all of the islands that have blue fire above them. That's just to notate. It's not like there's actually blue fire there or anything, don't worry. Although I wouldn't be surprised with the sun right there. This mission kind of sucks because it's very precise to aim these. Like, surprisingly precise. The smallest adjustment can screw you over. So, it's gotta be very safe. It's right there. Maybe there? I don't know. These are really awkward shots. I'm hoping I don't miss any. Luckily, you can detonate them early if you can tell you're not gonna make it. Respeed. I don't think that's gonna work. No, we're good. Alright, just 2 more now. Also, we are about to get what is that is hands down the best chant in the game, the most broken one, and is also the last one you get, unfortunately. It is Hoverball. You can probably guess what it does. It lets you hover. The best thing about Hoverball is you can skip a ton of stuff with it. A ton of stuff that you would see in a 100% speedrun, but not an 80% speedrun because it's right at the end of the run. So we're just going to use bees and the hoverball for the stuff it's intended for, pretty much. Well, no, we're going to do one skip with it at the very end of the run. So a little cutscene skip there, and hoverball. Press L to hover. Nope, not pressing L to hover. We just have to activate the chant. Also, this mission's really fun. Remember those monkeys we just launched over? Well, now we're helping Congrilla for joy points, so we need to destroy those robots. Because, you know, they're taking their bananas. We can't let that happen. I don't think that got it. Yeah, unfortunately that, whoa, that just hit the robot while it was not on screen. That's cool. So we just need to jump around these islands. Hoverball lets you float over water, by the way. It's very nice. Also, you may have noticed there are, like, 10 or so monkey ball stages inside of that area. We don't need to do any of them because they gave you hoverball, and you can get around to the other side of all of them with hoverball. So only in max percents, or I believe it's called story mode full completion technically, would we do that. But to be honest, I don't like challenge mode in this game, so I'm really glad we don't have to do it. Also, a lot of the stages are really hard. I did not need to jump over here. Last robot right here. Well, not here, but right here. But these robots are really annoying AI. They will like juke you like that, and then sometimes they just don't get hit when you touch them, which is obnoxious. So we're going to skip the watering banana trees mission here because that takes a long time. Instead, we're going to realign the sound towers so that Congrilla isn't suffering. I'm going to fly up here. We have to fly into them, which I'm sure is terrible for Mimi's ears. Press F to pay respects. Bible thumb. For some reason, each of them gives us a new flight, though, so we can just fly from tower to tower. And I almost just hit A and closed my wings and fell to my death. That would have been really unfortunate. So yeah, we're just going to fly to this last one right here, and then we're going to fly over to the next area. Now this next area starts out with one of the most strange, I guess, missions in the game. So Congrillans are redirecting the sunlight from the sun, which is tied down on top of Congrilla, down to where the rest of the trees are. And they use a system of mirrors to do that. But the mirrors got disaligned, so we're going to... Also, we're going to skip the naysayers in here because they're really slow. There are 4 of them, so really not worth it. 3 of them, not 4. So this guy over here wants us to realign the mirrors. We use Scalar Ball for it, because there's a giant fan here for some reason. This fan, I despise this fan with all of my heart. This fan has cost me multiple runs because sometimes I have had this fan glitch. After you complete this mission, the fan is supposed to turn off and let you go on your merry way. I have had it happen like 5 times that the fan didn't turn off and I could not complete another mission that's in this room quickly. And it is just the most frustrating thing, I swear. No, that one's already hit. What am I doing? So hopefully that doesn't happen in this run. Oh, I did not want to bump off of that. Whatever. I'll just go up instead of down. Yeah, we use Scalar Ball to control our height, by the way, in case you couldn't tell from this. So this is last mirror, and then we're just going to go down. I'm really glad I didn't say that and then realize I had missed a mirror. I would have felt really stupid. So I really hope the fan turned off, because now we're going to be corralling some crabs. These crabs suck. They'll do that. I got the glitch. Of course, this is like the worst luck you could possibly get in a marathon run. Why is the fan on, dude? So I'm just gonna have to go very far around this area to avoid that happening and the crabs potentially escaping. Ugh, no. This is so stupid. Why does this always happen to me? Stop it. I don't have enough speed now. The fan is supposed to be off right now. If I can get this without dying, I'll be very happy. You know what the funny thing is? No other runner has ever had this happen to them. I'm the only one this has ever happened to. So I just have awful luck. And of course, it showed up on a marathon. I'm the only runner who's had the fat cat crash like that, and I'm the only runner who's had the fan stay on. So yeah, that's that. My life in a nutshell. Am I right? Ah, go down. Oh no. I would never expect to have a run where the game crashes in Fat Cat and this happens. That is just the worst possible luck. Stop it. No, everyone plays in the GameCube version because it's much faster. The PS2 version of this game is just terrible. And then PSP is its own category. I don't know why. Okay, I just need one more crab, dude. One more. Come on. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't go up there either. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a while now. Version 1.0. I don't know. Maybe that is a thing. Okay, fan. I don't like you and you don't like me. Oh, I got over here somehow. The crab's over here. Stop it. I don't know if this is going to be underestimated with all that bad luck. Okay, come on. Don't get blown up. Don't get blown up. Don't get blown up. Okay, I didn't die. I'm very glad. Okay, the fan should not be an issue from now on. So now we just need to deliver a message balloon to the guy. For some reason the guy doesn't move, but it's the guy with the crabs. That sounds awkward. You know what I meant. Oh, so now the fan turns off, eh? I see how it is. Okay, the good news is I'm pretty sure this will be underestimated if nothing else happens. Even with all that awful luck. I built in all that extra time in the estimate because of the Fat Cat skip, but that was the one thing that didn't go terribly, funnily enough. No, that fan has killed like 3 of my runs in the past. It's really annoying. Like, one time it happened while everyone else who semi-actively runs this game was in my chat, and they were like, what the heck? I've never seen this. And I'm like, yeah, this has happened to me like twice before. It's really dumb. Alright, that's the last camera mission we're going to do. Now we just have one more mission real quick. We need to patch up this pipe. It's a really weird pipe. For some reason there's a giant gust of wind constantly going through it. Unless we hit a button. So we're going to use Sticky Ball to pick up the patches. Did I get all 4? Yeah, I did. Okay. This button stops the thing. And if the wind comes back on because I'm too slow, then I'll have to redo the entire mission. But it's a really fast mission, so it's all good. Alright, there's 60 joy points. Oh god. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going to come up to the ending of Muckatropolis, which is just the last Monkey Ball stage in Expert, which is Slipknot, which is honestly not the hardest stage in challenge mode, at least IMO. So this guy's going to step off the thing. He will stand there unless you have 60 joy points. That's how they covered you up from being able to complete the game with less than 60 joy points here. He stands on the switch. It's pretty amazing. So we're just going to kind of jump over here, and that's Slipknot. So now that we've done that, the last cutscene's gonna play, and we can warp back to Jungle Island to finish the game. Alrighty. So, last Jungle Island, we're just gonna go back to the palace as fast as possible, and we're gonna do the final mission of the game. So we're actually gonna go. Also, I have no idea. I've never seen Mimi's picture like that. Look in the bottom right corner. That is Mimi's face, and I do not like it. It is terrifying, dude. Look at that. Look at that. We use Baby in runs because Baby actually loads faster than the other monkeys. Very slightly, but it's enough to make a difference. So, as funny as that is. That face, dude. So can I get around this naysayer? Oh, that's cool. So this is our tutorial for Monkey Ball stages. You're supposed to come here much earlier in case you couldn't tell. We're just gonna kind of jump around it though, because we don't want to do that. We're gonna go to the palace, where I actually discovered some tech here a few months ago. So you're supposed to use Sticky Ball to climb up to the top of the palace, but there are 3 sections. We're only gonna use Sticky Ball for one of them. Instead, for the other 2, we're gonna use Hover Ball. And if this goes well, I'll be really happy because it looks really cool. So hoverball, while you hover over anything, like if you're over land. So it's a little slanted, so we can just climb up like that. Then we're gonna come around here. Unfortunately, I do not know a way to skip this one using sticky ball. If I found it, I'd be very happy, although it would probably be difficult because I haven't found it yet. So I don't know. Kind of scary. And the last one's the coolest part. This tree is actually not sticky for part of it for some reason, so it's really awful. But I wish in hoverball we can actually just clip right through that to get up to the top here. This mission is basically Simon. We have to hit the bells in the order. Timing is in the third round of this when I hit the middle button, so get ready on time whenever I call that. It's just going to be the same pattern, adding onto it 4 things at a time. Pretty simple pattern. Green, yellow, red, blue, green, blue, red, green, blue, yellow. So. And one last one. Blue. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. This has been a really fun run to do. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. And time. $105.48. Alright. Not that bad considering the game crashed and I got that really stupid fan glitch, which is just atrocious luck. That's only like... My PB is really bad. That's only 2 minutes off my PB. So, yeah, thank you guys for having me. I had a really fun time. And, enjoy the rest of the marathon. I know I've enjoyed it. Nice close exhibition. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of it.